watching Thrifty Kaniffy.
Hello everyone and welcome to Thrifty Kaniffy. Well, today it's time again for another installment of the Super Sack Saturday Open Tag, where you show a Swiss Army knife on Saturday. I've got one here for you today from Victorinox. This is the Hiker, and we're going to be taking a closer look at this. But first I want to give Frank Olivo a massive shout out for providing this for a review. Frank's been a massive supporter of the channel. I just want to thank you again to Frank for sending this as well as some other knives along. And I believe he's also contributed to my great friend Slip Joint Sawyer. I believe he sent this very same knife, as a matter of fact, to him. And this is not just your ordinary Hiker. This is actually a Smokey Mountain Knife Works exclusive, the 80th anniversary Smokey the Bear knife. This is model number STB, Smokey the Bear, V927. And yeah, so Hiker. And so what do you get on the Hiker? Well, let's just quickly look at those different functionality here. We've got the large blade, the small blade, number 2 there. Phillips screwdriver is the back tool, one of the back tools. You get the can opener, which is this number 4. And that includes what they are calling a small screwdriver tip. And then you can also use like the corner of that for Phillips screws. Also has a bottle opener over here with the wire stripper. And it is the large screwdriver blade. And then you have a reamer on the back, number 9. Key ring, number 10. Tweezers, over here, number 11. Toothpick, number 12. And of course, one of the main features of the Hiker that makes it somewhat unique is this saw blade. So there you have the Hiker functions. But let's take a closer look at this anniversary knife. Now, it's great that Frank sent this along. I've always been a massive fan of Smokey the Bear. He's kind of been a part of my childhood. If you grew up in the 70s and 80s, you obviously saw a lot of those PSAs on TV where Smokey would tell you, you know, to prevent forest fires. They've kind of changed the terminology of that, as you'll see on the back here, to now say wildfires. It says 80 years preventing wildfires, and then it has Smokey the Bear there. Really cool looking. And then you get the SMK logo here and the official sort of badge there of the campaign. It's officially licensed product. And then on this side, you kind of get like a wonderful sunset with the forest and the trees. And then a black Victorinox logo. And yeah, it's just a really well done design. Really happy with that. And let's go over the tools. So of course you get the key ring here. On the front, you always have the tweezers. That's keyed as a gray tool there. And then on the other side, opposite, you get the white keyed toothpick. A little difficult to get this one out. There we go. And you can see the ridge there. Hold it in place. Very nice modern design on that. And again, you get the Hiker. Gives you all the main blades that you get on the majority of your Swiss Army knives. And this is your opening layer, that larger cap lifter with the wire stripper, wire bender, and the larger flat screwed driver. Yeah, that measures, you know, right around that 1/4 inch mark, maybe a little larger. Got the half stop on this side, and one of Slippy's favorite fidget things to do is just sit there and do this while we're talking and drive me insane. But when he does it, I turn around and do some fidgeting of my own. But this is one of his favorite little fidget things. You may notice he does this whenever he's on lives and things. So just kind of tease him about it if you would. But yeah, there's your cap lifter, and you can see just how sharp that can opener is there. That does just chew right through those cans to open them up. If you're looking to open up a can of tuna or you know, Charlie's chunky tuna or something like that. Works fantastic. Of course, then you've got your large blade. And this, with being a modern Victorinox, you just got the 3-line tang stamp, Victorinox Swiss-made stainless. Backside says Officer Suisse. And you get that beautiful grind on that edge there, very even. How they get these so even, I'll never understand. Just beautifully done. Of course, that pull that sort of gradually gets a little firmer as you go out. Starts out about a 5. Gets a little firmer here. And then just really locks up well in that open position. Not lock. I mean to say it has a very good snap into place and stays put. You can move that if you were to do something really silly, but for the most part, that really does a good job staying put. Really good shape on that spear point blade. I maybe prefer the Vinger a little bit more to this, but all the same, these are very nice. Get that sort of tumbled finish on it, sort of a tumbled polish finish. Always looks great. And wonderful nail nick location, very easy to open. And just a smooth operating machine here. Then on the other side, you get the smaller blade. Again, a spear point blade. I think Slippy probably prefers the file. He doesn't seem to find as many uses for this, but I actually like both. I like having that variety. I have no problem with the smaller blade. I think it's pretty fantastic too. And if we were to measure that, you can see that's got about 1.5 inches length on it. Maybe just slightly shorter than that for your cutting edge. But I found it to be a really useful blade. Now your main blade on these 91 millimeters, they're going to sit at about 2 3/4 inches, maybe just shy of that. Come down here, we can see, yeah, that's maybe just shy, 2 3/4, just by 1/16 of an inch or so. But very useful blade there. And of course, sort of the main attraction for the hiker is your saw blade. Of course, that serrated edge and a nice flat finish on the grind there. See the vertical lines. Very aggressive style saw blade. And yeah, you don't want to be rubbing your fingers across that anytime soon. And that flat end there that rests nicely on this little platform on the back side. And you just simply open that with your finger, just like that. It's real simple to get to. You don't need a nail nick or anything like that. And then on the back side, you get your Phillips. Now, this is one of the reasons why I like the hiker so much. I think this was, in fact, the second Victorinox I ever bought. First being the Huntsman, or perhaps the SD, which I kind of just overlook because it seems like everybody ever had one of those. But as far as the 91 millimeters go, this was definitely the second one for me to pick up. And I just really wanted a Phillips for the back tool. And then everyone convinced me to get the, of course, the Field Master. But this is just the 3-layer. And there's a look at your awl blade or your reamer. And you get a nice rounded ground edge there with the hole. And then on this side, that wedge shape. That really does a nice job of punching through, whether it be drywall or leather or whatever you need, wood even. Fantastic little blade for all of those sort of tasks. But again, just a really cool design on this particular one, not just your ordinary hiker, you know. And, you know, I'm not like a massive fan of getting all these different ones with the you know, the colored and decorated handles. But this one does speak to me, being that is sort of a part of my childhood and grown up with Smokey the Bear. Obviously, he's been around a lot longer than I have, but that PSA, you know, seemed to be more prevalent in the 70s and 80s, and you'd see him on TV quite a bit, especially during commercial, or excuse me, cartoons and things like that for children, where they would become aware of what not to do if you're out camping, you know, how to put out your, how to extinguish your fires, etc. But really cool. Thank you, Frank, so much for sending this along. I look forward to Slippy's review of this. I think he's probably been maybe holding off a little bit to wait until I do this. So I'll be interested to see what he thinks of it. He's probably not as familiar with Smokey the Bear over there in the UK. But I've told him enough about it. He should have a pretty good idea what that's all about now. But cool 3-layer design. Really like this. I think this was $42 on Smoky Mountain Knife Works. You can pick one of these up still. They're still available. Just check the inventory and they still have them. So thank you again, Frank. Wonderful gift. I really do appreciate all the support of the channel. And I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell to be made aware of videos when they drop. And we will see you next time. Take care.